We are here today with Brett Rutecki. Brett, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Mike, thanks for having me.
Brett, today you're on. We're going to be talking about something that I know that you've been using for a long time now, something that has gotten you amazing results. You've been able to get email marketing results that other people would just dream of. I remember the first time you showed me your open rates and your click through rates, and it just made me like I think everyone's jealous of the fact that you're getting such amazing results, but I know that you're using a secret weapon for it, which we're going to be talking about here today. So on the sales page here, it says seven-figure marketer finally reveals the exact software he uses to drive unheard of email open rates, clicks, and profits without ever paying monthly fees for email services. Bring us into this. What's this all about, and why should we be excited?
So, when I got started in the internet marketing business, I mean, back in, I guess it was around 2014, I decided to go full time on it. I was doing a little dabbling before that, but I was still working. 2014, I went full time and decided to make this my business. I did pretty much what everybody does. I went to the third party autoresponders in order to get email because, email is super important.
Yeah.
For that's a tip for everybody like watching this. Email is literally the most valuable thing you will ever have in your online business. There is no better way to do marketing than email. And people had explained that to me. So I went and I signed up for, I think it was MailChimp was the first one I
Yep.
signed up for. They were cheap. They were like $10 a month. So I didn't have really much money at the time. I hadn't really made any money at the time. I was just basically just quit my business, my job to start a business. So I had to keep costs down and I signed up for MailChimp and I started using them to do my email marketing. That was great for about a year. And then one day they sent me a message and it's just like, yeah, we shut your account off. Like, what? I was like, this has got to be a mistake or something. So I went to log into MailChimp and they're like, yeah, your account is suspended. Our automated system, Omnivore, that's what they called it, Omnivore, has detected unacceptable behavior. I'm like,
Were you
what
doing something
unacceptable?
sketchy, Brett? Were you like going and scraping the internet for with emails and then sending people messages or something? Like, what were you doing wrong?
I wasn't doing anything wrong. I actually, and I know everybody says that, every person in jail is really innocent,
No.
they didn't do anything wrong. But no, I really, as far as I know, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I'm a pretty quick to call out guy. So if I see somebody doing something shady, I'm pretty quick to call out and say,
Yeah.
hey, this guy's doing something wrong. Because of that, I'm very well aware that people are looking for something to catch me on. So I tend to try to be as straight and as an arrow as I can, and as far as I know, I was doing absolutely nothing wrong. I wasn't scraping. I wasn't spamming. If people, unsubscribed, I never re-added them because my whole thought is if you don't want to get my emails, why
Mm.
should I send them to you anyway? I don't know. It was an automated, system that they had said that I wasn't using the system properly. I sent them a support ticket about it. I even made fun of them a little bit. I was like, you called your system odd omnivore. Well, omnivores eat everything. I was like, it's a pretty good name for a system that suspends people for no reason at all. And they're just like, I mean, I was a $10 a month user. They don't care. They're just like, yeah, we don't, piss off. You know what I
Wonderful.
mean?
Yeah.
We we're not worried about you. So I was like, all right, whatever. You know what? You're not the only game in town. I'll go to another email. So they did let me download my email list. That's great. I went over to Aweber. I signed up for Aweber and I uploaded my email list. Every single person on that email list had either opted in or had bought a product from me. It's the only two ways you can get on my email list is to buy, even to this day, is to buy a product from me or to opt in and, to get something on a squeeze page or, a freebie. It's the only way.
Hmm.
So I uploaded that list to Aweber and they cut the list in half. I'm like, what? So I sent her a support ticket, a message, and this place is a little more expensive. They're like $25 a month. I sent them a message and I was like, hey, why did my entire list upload? There must have been some kind of mistake with the upload. They're like, oh no, you can't email those people.
It's your
I'm
email
like,
list.
they're my customers. That I need to email them. They're like, nah, you can't. They're not allowed on our platform. Well, why not? I'm going back and forth with this support guy. Well, why not? And they're like, well, because we just said so. basically. I mean, that's not the whole the way he put it, but that's basically what he said because we said so. So then I mean, it occurred to me, I'm like, look, these guys, email is the most important thing in my business. Like nothing is more important than email. And anybody that's in internet marketing is going to tell you that. Okay. I could lose my Facebook. I could lose my YouTube channel. I could use my websites, but my email would crush me if I lost that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I got these people that can shut me off anytime they want. They tell me who I can mail to. They won't even let me mail to my own customers. And for all of that control over me, I get the privilege of paying them every single month. Well, you know what? Screw this. I'm not tech with that. So what I did was I went and I started developing my own email platform. Now, I'm gonna let you a little secret. I haven't paid for email in like 8 years at all. I haven't paid any monthly fee to any third party service. I went and I developed my own email platform. The first platform I developed was a WordPress plugin,
Hmm.
and I used that for a while. I had a WordPress blog at the time. Remember, I was doing the blog reviews. Um, I created a WordPress plugin to send emails. That was great. Then I went and I created a cloud-based version, and that was great. And then I went and I created a self-hosted version, and that was great. And as time has goes and as time has gone on, as technology has changed, I went and I created newer, more advanced, more functional softwares. And I just kept using them myself. I just kept using my own email platforms. Now I have full control over my business. Nobody can tell me what to do. And I don't ever have to pay a monthly fee at all. I don't pay any monthly fees. Now, I do use an SMTP. I actually use Amazon.
Hmm.
There's a ton of other ones. You can use your hosting. You can use, there's one called Mail It. That was pretty cool. One of our beta testers is actually using that and getting great results. SMTP to go. I do pay that, but that's on a per email basis. So
You
instead of
pay, yeah, you pay per email. So if you send, you're not paying monthly, regardless of whether or not you send emails. You're paying every time you send an email. You pay pennies for
Yeah,
thousands of emails.
I think I'm paying 20 cents per thousand emails that I send.
Wow.
So for me, it works out to like $6 a month, that I pay. I mean, sometimes it's four, sometimes it's six. I mean, the point is, I'm saving thousands of dollars. I have full control over myself. And what's really great is since I'm basically using my own platform, and using my own SMTP, the reputation that I have is all on my own. So, when you have these third party systems, somebody comes in, somebody starts spamming, somebody starts, sending crappy
Hmm.
emails and spam emails to people. That actually hurts that company's reputation. Say, for example, Aweber. I'm going to use them for an example. I'm not picking on Aweber, just use them so I don't have to keep saying that company. That will actually hurt Aweber's reputation. And
Hmm.
that's why Aweber is so picky about who they allow you to upload and who they allow you to email to because they're not worried about you. They're worried about their business. They're worried about their reputation. So if you do something shady on their platform, something that they're not comfortable with, they're going to go ahead and they're going to just suspend you because they have to protect their reputation. However, by using my own system, I don't have to worry about somebody else ever hurting me. As long as I do good email marketing, as long as I'm not a spammer, as long as I'm not scraping emails, as long as I'm actually letting people unsubscribe and not re-adding them, basically not being a jerk, I'm going to get good results because my reputation is going to be good. And this is why I get better open rates than most people. And I'm not saying that to be conceited, but you've seen my results. I get better open rates than most anybody,
No, no, I'm going to be completely transparent with everyone. And I mean, it's Brett and I are really leasing this product together. So I know a lot of this story already. And with iMail, the originally we had thought about making it so that people could install it on like their own server or whatnot. Talk to us a little bit about that and why we changed our mind about
Yeah,
doing that.
so I originally now I use IML, a self-hosted version, so it runs on my server. That's what
Mhm.
I use, and that's what I built because I mean I'm a software developer, and again I built this for myself. So I built a software that would run on my website. It actually runs on a site called brettsbonus.com. And anybody who's ever gotten emails from me has probably seen that and is aware of that. So that's what I built. And I was like, you know what? We should release this to the public. We should let other people use this. Other people like to save money. Other people like to get good results. Let's just release it and, and launch it and let some other people use it and benefit from it. But before I do that, of course, being a developer, I actually have to follow the development process. Now, there's two types of testing and development. The first is called alpha testing. That means I use it. The second is
Mhm.
called beta testing, which means somebody else not related to me at all uses it. So I was already using it, so that was alpha testing. So I got 75 people on my email list and said, "Hey, here it is. Here's the platform. Go ahead and use it. Tell me what you think. If I missed anything, if there's a bug in there that I didn't notice, if there's something that doesn't make sense, go ahead and let me know. That's all I'm asking is that you give me
I was a
feedback." Yeah.
beta tester too.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
was one of those people.
Mike was one of those beta testers. And there actually was a huge problem with it that I hadn't anticipated. And the problem with it is that most people aren't techie like I am. Most people couldn't even set it up.
Yep.
They
I
couldn't
I
get
had a
installed on their
I had a hard
server.
time. I had to use AI to kind of help me. I had to ask ChatGPT a few times
Yeah,
to
you
help
had to
me with
send me
different
some
settings.
text too in the middle of the night, like,
Yep.
"Hey, Brett, how do I do this?"
Brett, fix it.
Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't broken. It's just that I built it for myself,
Yep.
so it wasn't very user friendly. Let's be honest. Okay. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to scrap that. That doesn't work, and I'm not afraid to do that. I'm not unlike some people in this space. If I see a problem and something's not working out, and I don't think it's going to benefit the customer, I'm not afraid to say, okay, this is a dead end.
You spend a lot of time on it too, so that cost you time and money to scrap that because you
Mhm.
could have said, which other people do, unfortunately, in this space. And I think a lot of our viewers have bought products that they've purchased and it's not seemed like the product is done or works, and they would just release it because they're like, "Well, screw it, no one's gonna do anything with it anyways. So let's just release it out there, make our money, and then we'll go on to the next product." We don't do that.
Yeah. So I took the code base, which is the back end code, the stuff that makes everything work, started all over with the front end user, and I actually made iMail a cloud based system. This is why actually the domain is iMail Cloud, because it is the cloud version of the software that I use. So it's the same code, the same functionality, but instead of having to install it on your server, it runs in the cloud now. So now there's no setup. All that pain that people had is gone. And I actually gave the cloud based version to all the old beta testers and said, here you go.
Mhm.
Let's start over. And now they're using it. I mean, they've sent hundreds of thousands of emails with it. I was like, oh my God, I made the right choice because, people were having problems and now people are sending emails. That's what I wanted.
And with the first one, I mean, I don't think you're able to monitor it, the first people, whether they're sending emails or not, but the people that are on now, you can actually see that there are people in the system, they're actually using it. And that tells you as a developer, okay, this is something that people actually want, they're actually using, and they're getting results with it. And the fact that this is something that is easy to set up and there are no monthly fees with it either. You do, like Brett said before, you do need to put in an SMTP, which there's tutorials and everything. It's really easy to do. I can do it. I'm not a tech person. I can follow instructions. I can figure it out. So it's easy to set up. And it's, again, you if you send 1,000 emails a month, depending upon the service that you use. I mean, Brett talks about being like 20 cents per email. If you send 10,000, then $2. I mean, it's not
If
going to
you have a
be.
website and you use your hosting, you actually pay nothing. If you
Sure.
have a small list, and actually we have people doing this, if you have a relatively small list and you're just getting started, you can use Google and Gmail. There are people inside of I, and it's great. So this is a cloud-based version now. I can actually see what they're doing. I can look at the database, see the emails they're using, see what systems they're using, and make sure that it's working right. It allows me to have that monitoring ability to make sure nobody's having any problems. And there are people in the system that are using Gmail right now, and that's actually great because they're going to get started. They're going to use Gmail. At some point, they're going to outgrow Gmail, but by that point, they'll already have an email list and will be making money. So who cares if they have to spend $3, on another service.
If you have a very small email list and you wanted to use Gmail, you can send upwards of 500 emails per day for free. So, and that's with a free Gmail account. You don't have to pay for anything. You can set that up and send up to 500 per day for free, and that's for people just getting started. Once you start, if you get more than 500 emails that you want to send per day, you're I'm assuming that you're making money from that by sending out those emails, and you're going to be okay with paying 20 cents or 10 cents to send emails from an SMTP.
You
So
might be
it's
okay with paying 20 cents for per thousand emails to start with, but if not, you do have free options. Yes.
yeah, cool. Um, do you want to show us a little sneak peek inside? We've been talking about it for a while. Want us to take a test drive?
Yeah, I'm going to actually show you the self-hosted version that I have. If you guys don't mind, I want to be clear about that.
Let's. That's what
Because
you're using. You
that's
built
what
for
I
your
use. And
business.
then I'm going to show you the cloud-based version as well, because I actually made some improvements. Being a cloud-based software that allowed me to do some actually pretty cool extra stuff that wasn't permissible in the self-hosted version. So let me go ahead
I want
and
to see if
actually
Brett
show
can
you.
figure out how to share a screen. That's always
I
fun
am.
to.
We're using a new system. Mike's like changes his platform every couple days to
I
screw
like
me.
to keep you uncomfortable.
He does. I know. All right, share my screen. Screen share. I want to share.
It's probably going to ask for all these permissions and
It is
make you
window,
restart your computer.
entire screen, window. I'm going to share my entire screen. That one. It says share your entire screen. Then you have to click which screen you want to share. I only got one.
The entire.
All right. So this is IMail now. This is the one that runs on my server. Now I want to be clear. This is what I originally started with, and then I made it a cloud-based system. So even though this is the self-hosted version that I use, it is the same code. I
Okay.
just had to change it to work on the cloud. I want to be clear about that. So you can see this is my system. I've personally sent 530,000 emails. I started developing this in the beginning of 2025. So I've sent 530,000 emails this year. I get a 75% open rate. Mike, not picking on you, but when was the last time you got a
Never.
75% open
I've
rate?
never gotten a 75% open rate. Like
And a 32,
I think if I emailed my mom, I wouldn't get a 75% open rate. Like it's like that's incredible. A good open like a really good open rate is like 30%. That's like really good. A good one's 20, then you get down normal people, and I've spoken to a lot of internet marketers are getting between 5 to 10, maybe even some, depending upon how people. I mean, it's going to depend on your list, your relationship, and how often you clean your list. But I've never seen 75%. I don't know what you're doing.
Now, I'm not going to show my list because it's my actual list. So I'm not going to show my subscribers and stuff like that. I have to respect their privacy. But I do want to show you guys something because a lot of people they say, I use this too, and it's nonsense. They don't really use it. So I want to show you guys something, and this will really resonate for anybody that's on my email list. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click emails here, and it's going to show all the emails that I've sent out. So the last one I actually sent out was 11/19. So we're on 11/24. It's been 5 days. So I've used this 5 days ago. I don't send out emails every day like some marketers. Once a week is what I shoot for. But you can see here, these are all of my marketing emails that I've sent. Every single marketing email that I send is sent with this system. I would never ever sell a system that I didn't, use myself, that I didn't make sure works. So everything I send here is all with this. Now, as far as the system works, how it works, do you want me to show it? I mean, it's a basic autoresponder. It has the emails, sequences, all that stuff. Do you want me to show all that, Mike?
I mean, as far as what it does, I mean, people can do. They can set up an email. They can write an email. They can do all this. I mean, there's places for people to get on your email list. With a lot of people ask, like, how can people get on your email list? And I know that you've got forms that people can get on with, and I mean, you can send.
Yeah,
Uh,
so you can send broadcast emails. So you can send an email just like any other platform. You can schedule the date, you can schedule the time, you pick the list that you want to send to. Here's actually something that's pretty cool. It's called the exclude list. So if you have two email lists, so for example, I have an email list called review list. Okay. And that's what I said my product reviews to. That's what I send my new product announcements to. It's called my review list. But you can also exclude all the emails in another list. Now that might sound confusing. Let me explain to you how I use this. So when I sell IMail, I'm going to use IMail to email people about IMail, right? And say, hey, it's available for purchase now. As people buy it, they're going to go on a list that I have called IMail customers. So then when I send another email about it, I'm going to exclude the IMail customers. So that way I'm only emailing people that didn't buy.
You're not annoying them. You're
I'm
not.
not that's another reason why I get such good open rates. I don't send irrelevant guy since I have features like this, I don't send irrelevant emails to people. Even when I'm doing affiliate marketing. When I'm doing affiliate sales, I get the customers that have already bought the product that I've purchased or that I'm promoting, and I'll show how to do that. You can actually do that automatically with email. And I'll get those customers' emails, put them in a list, and then when I send future emails out, hey, the offer's closing soon, don't miss my bonus, I don't email the people that already bought. There's no sense in doing that. I'm just annoying them. I'm just
You're
making
gonna
them
lose
say, I'm sick of
subscribers.
hearing you, Brett.
You're gonna lose subscribers. They're gonna open less because they're just gonna not gonna be, oh, another email from Brett again. What does he want? I already bought this. What do you go away?
Yeah, why are you this? Why is he emailing me? So this is actually a feature that I integrated because I mean it just made sense to me and it gets me better results. It's one of those features that are integrated because I'm a marketer and I actually saw the need for it. You know, yeah, unfortunately, some platforms they're not really created by email marketers. They don't really know the needs of email marketers. Being that I am an email marketer, I thought to myself, like, how can I stop spamming people that have already bought? You know, so I created that functionality. Now there's also email sequences, so you can send out sequence emails. So email sequences are just what you heard. People sign up for your list, and then they go ahead and they go through this email sequence that's set out every couple of days. You can pick the schedule. You can have as many emails in your sequence as you want. And of course, there's the tools as well. So you got your list reports, your list checkout, your form builder, sending logs. I'm not going to show you that because you'll see my email customers' emails there, if people have no complaint and call your email spam, then it will show in there just so you can kind of keep track and see if you maybe you are getting a little too hypey and people aren't liking it. That's something you want to keep an eye on. And there's also additional tools. Now, let me go ahead and head over to the cloud-based version, Mike, because I want to show you some of the new features that I've added in a cloud version, the version the customers are going to get that I couldn't add in a self-hosted version. So this is the cloud version of iMail. It's basically the same thing. See, it looks like a little bit different, but it's basically the same thing. The only real difference is down here. It says iMail Cloud version.
Mhm.
You can see I have been using this as well. I haven't been using, I'll be honest, I haven't been using the cloud version for my email marketing just because then I'd have two lists on two systems and it would be hard to track both of them. So this is that. But what's really cool is something I've added is this functionality right here. So you might notice this is the new message. Remember we saw this before, Mike? Looks exactly the same, except for this has a really cool button here. It says write with AI. So one of the things that I realized is that some people have problems thinking about how to promote a product, how to talk about a product. And you know, even marketers and established marketers sometimes have a problem. You know what swipe is, Mike, right?
Yeah, it's done for you. Promotional emails.
Right. And it's not, vendors tend to write the swipe, done for your promotion emails because I mean, you're trying to think of how to promote a product and it's how to write the email and it's kind of frustrating. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. So, they have swiped and done for you
Takes
emails. Now,
time
not
to
everybody.
understand every single product you're gonna promote. You really have to go in there. I mean, I know people like myself, I do interviews with people. Brett does interviews. Brett actually goes and looks at products. So it's easy for people like us that take a little bit more time but it takes time in order to understand these products before writing emails about them. But not everyone has time to do that. And if you don't, then this is definitely going to help you.
Yeah. So what I did was I added this right with AI. So there's two ways you can write an email with AI. Now this AI integration is completely done for you. There's no API keys. You don't have to enter anything. I cover all the AI fees. I firmly believe that that's something vendors should always do is cover the AI fees. So there's two ways to use this. The first thing you do is you can enter in a prompt. So I could write in and say, hey, write people, write a welcome email welcoming them to my email list. And I can do that and enter that and say, write the email. But what's really cool is I can say, take this URL and write me a promotional email on that URL. So what I can do is I can go here and I can enter in any URL of any product and I can click on write email. The AI will scan that URL for me, get all the information, learn all about the product because I've entered in the sales page URL, and then it will write that email for me. Now, this does take about 30 seconds.
So right now, that's doing the stuff that normally you'd have to do on your own. You have to go through the sales material and do it. Now look at that. That's great.
Yep. So now it scanned the page for me. It learned all about the product for me, and it wrote the email for me. I actually call this feature the swipe killer because and swipe is no longer relevant anymore. It's no longer needed. Done for you emails, vendors writing emails, talking for you is no longer needed because AI will do it for you now.
Great. That's quick. I mean, there's no excuse not to have emails written for you. You don't have to be a master email marketer anymore because you can just have it. The AI will be that master marketer for you.
And what's great is the AI has been trained on millions and millions of emails, millions of email texts. So the AI knows much better than I or you or pretty much anybody what will actually work, what kind of things sell a product in an email, what gets good results, because the AI has a level of training that you and I can never possibly get in our entire lifetime. We'd never be able to read millions of emails, but the AI has already been trained on all that, so it knows how to do everything better, honestly better. Another feature that I added here is in the tools section. So um, there is the ability to create forms, so you can create forms, and they are GDPR compliant. That's not really as much of a thing as it used to be, but if you're in the European Union, you still might be worried about that. It is still technically a requirement. So, uh, besides the forms, though, and this is something that the beta testers actually said, they're like, well, I can make the form, but I don't have a page to put the form on. So what I just added, I don't even think you're aware of this, Mike, based on the beta tester feedback, is the lead pages. So you can go ahead now and you can just create a lead page right inside of the system. Creating a lead page is super simple. You enter in the page name, you enter in select the list that you want to send people to.
Hmm.
You set the color for your page, headline text, enter in video code because you usually have a video on lead pages, button text, and redirect URL, which is where they go to after they sign up. Click continue, and you've got a lead page all done for you, ready to go.
And that's all
And people,
hosted right in the software too.
what's that?
And that's all hosted right in the software too. So they've got a lead page builder and everything, and they don't have to worry about hosting or getting a domain name or any of that stuff.
Yep. So, yep, everything's built into the system for you. So those are some of the new features that I've added. Now I could go ahead and I can show every single feature in the platform, but I mean, it is a full functional, email platform. And I'm assuming you don't want to sit here for an hour while I show every single bit of functionality. So I wanted to show those ones though, because I think those are the pretty cool ones, then that stand out from other platforms.
I think that I didn't seen that feature, by the way. So that is actually is really cool. I'm glad that you added that in. So okay, so uh, iMail, if people purchase this, and we're going to be launching this at it launches at 10 a.m. Eastern on the 14th of December. So that's a Sunday at 10 a.m. We will be doing a pre-launch webinar at 9 a.m. Eastern. So anyone who wants to get on there and get the lowest price can. There should be a link around here somewhere that you can click on and join that webinar and be on there and get the lowest price on this and get the best deal. The price of this software will be going way up after launch. So we'll have timers and everything on there, but we always believe in doing an early bird deal for people that are getting in there early and rewarding that. And then after the launch, we raise it up. We have fees to pay. We have server fees to pay. We have API fees to pay. So after that, we need to be focusing on that. But again, you can get it and pay a one-time price for that during the launch period. Now, on the front end offer, I can talk about some of this because I'm aware of this. You can correct me if I'm wrong or you want to jump in, Brett. But they're going to get access to the full software. It has you can do the unlimited email list. You can have unlimited subscribers on there. You don't pay any monthly fees, and you pay that one-time price. There are upgrades. The first upgrade that people are going to be seeing is the Pro one, which is going to allow people to send faster. So, as the tech guy in the system, Brett, essentially you're able to make it so that people can increase their rate of sending. Correct?
Oh, yes, and that's actually a fair upgrade. That's not something we just put in for the heck of it. See, when people send emails, and you're going to have all these people on our server sending emails all at the same time, that all uses server resources, right? And
Yeah.
because that uses server resources, it actually limits the amount of customers that we can have. Like, I mean, it's not 10. I mean, we have got a very good server, but there is a limit to the amount of customers we can have on our server because our server can only handle so many people, right? Okay. So since of that, we have to limit how fast people can send emails. All right, that's because if people are sending emails really, really, really fast, 1,000 an hour or 1,000 a minute, that would use up all more server resources. So as a pro user, you're basically paying to say, "Hey, I want more of your server resources. I want to send faster." And that's actually why it's an upgrade. It's not like I you see all these upgrades on this space. Let's be honest, we've all seen them where people are like, "I got to pay more for that." Well, this is a fair upgrade because you're paying more for more.
And they're not just getting faster emails, they're also it's going to remove the iMail branding from their emails. So normally on the front end, we have fees that we need to pay. We have server fees. So the way we're able to release it for a lower price is by including things like branding in our email footers, etc. But if you get that pro version, not only are you going to be able to send faster, but you can remove that footer in your email.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing. Well, you're going to have to pay for the server pretty much forever because my products don't disappear. Mike knows that. So if you're a basic user, you paid us a couple of bucks. We put, you're going to use the system ongoing, and I'm going to pay for the server, pretty much indefinitely. There is a little link in the bottom. It says powered by iMail. Now, if you don't want that in there, you can upgrade, and you're basically paying us and saying, "Hey, I'm paying you to remove that." And I don't want to ever have that in my emails. And again,
That's an
that's
optional. It's an optional upgrade, but again, we never want people to feel like they have to upgrade. But it's an optional one in there. There's also the next one is there's an agency version of this. This allows you to create unlimited accounts to iMail that you can give away to people. You can sell them, and so you can even go out there and provide this as a service. You can and be the email marketing expert for other people.
Yep, you can give the accounts away. You can sell them if you want. You can use them as bonuses if you do affiliate promotions. I mean, there that you can create unlimited accounts. You go basically log into the system. You create enter in a username and a password. You give that to your customer and say, "Here, you have iMail now. You didn't have to pay for it."
And there's a lot of people paying monthly for services out there that would be very happy to have a software like this. So this is a very cool opportunity upgrade. And the last one is a live training where Brett and I are going to be walking through exactly how to go out there and to use this to build an email list, how to actually make money while building an email list, how to do it using free traffic, how to do things that we've been doing for years now, and that I know a lot of people would love to learn. We're going to be revealing a lot of our secrets on um, how to do marketing with email, and I think it's going to be it's a very low price upgrade. And for people that want to join, it's going to be live. But people always ask, is there going to be recording? Yes, there's going to be recording. If you can't make it live, we're going to get the recording of it. But yeah, we've got that as well. Is there anything else that you wanted to add on that?
No, I think we've covered everything. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So we're really excited about this. Again, this is, I mean, email marketing. You've heard Brett's journey today, how he's been through quite a bit of trauma when it comes to email marketing. But at the same time, I mean, this journey that you've gone on and the progression that you've had coming to where you're at today, it's been difficult for you, but I think now the place that you're at now is much more secure, much more profitable. You've got more control over your email marketing. You're paying much less. If you were to be doing the same type of email marketing and have the same list at another big brand autoresponder out there, you'd be paying hundreds of dollars a month in monthly fees. So you've been able, probably if you and knowing you probably know how much money you've saved approximately over the years by using your own service. I would guess it's thousands of dollars.
I mean, off the top of my head, I would guess that it's over $10,000.
Yeah. And you're not, if I asked you, Brett, do you want $10,000 or not? You're not going to say no to that. I don't care how rich you get, how much money you make online, how much of a millionaire you are. No one says no to that kind of extra money. It's just silly to be spending. money on something that you could do for much more effectively and for much less money at the same time. Awesome. Everyone, thank you so much for coming here today. Again, we have that pre launch webinar that we're going to be doing at 9 a.m. Eastern on December 14th. If you want to be able to get that lowest price, make sure you go ahead and click that link. Anything else we missed, Brett? Any final words?
No, I think we covered everything. Uh, I look forward to seeing everybody on the pre-launch webinar.
Awesome. See you guys there.